Hello VC, Tony here. Tony's LPs are us. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm just going to get this out of the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We always have to do that. I don't have a subscribe button in my videos, but it is on the YouTube channel and it comes up as a red button. And interesting to note that I was talking to someone the other day and they actually assumed that if you subscribe, you were going to get a bill. And there's no bill if you subscribe. It's a free subscription basically, and it gives you more access, maybe it gives you some alerts to these particular videos. So if you like my channel, you want to help out, please do so. Please like and subscribe. I did an analytical not too long ago, and it seems that many people who watch my channel aren't subscribers. So once again, it's free. Subscribe, and I want you also to subscribe to this new channel. That's the reason we're doing this video. It's called Sound of the Crate. And Laura is the one who has this channel, and she just put out a vinyl tag called Getting to Know the VC, Getting to Know You, Getting to Know All About You. And it's an analytical, psychoanalytical perspective of some questions that she gives you. And I just saw the video out on the Freight's channel, the Great Freight channel. It's Adam, and I just saw his vinyl tag of this, and he actually got me to do this video because he promoted it. So thanks to Adam out there, and check out his channel. He's got a great channel. It's starting to grow pretty good. So we want him to get as many subs as he can. And also for Laura, if you do check it out, I'll put this on the I'll put her link on this description at the end of this video. But it's called Sound of the Crate, and it's Getting to Know the VC. So there's 5 questions, 5 responses, and like I said, they're kind of personal. It's more of a psychoanalytical thing, and you could look at these, and there's many answers to some of these, many responses, I should say. But I'm going to try to do the best I can. As I was watching the Freights, I actually had stuff in my head that I just pulled pretty quickly. There's so many choices, so many memories that you have with vinyl, and this is going to go back and it's Getting to Know the VC, and it's a great tag. Okay, where's my notes? The first question, I have them written down. The first question is, show a few albums that take you back to your childhood. And I remember buying albums when I was probably 9 or 10. My parents had albums, but nothing, no rock. It was mostly vocalists, the standard vocalist, Tony Bennett, things like that. Sinatra, of course. So going back to my childhood, I actually have a couple that I picked out. And that's probably one of the first records I bought, with, as they say, with your own money, but I got the money from somebody. So it's Elvis Volume 3. I didn't buy 1 or 2. I just thought this was cool, and I knew these songs because this is what was going on in 67. I mean, 65, 60, 64. But I was actually, I bought it much later. So I got this. This is an original Elvis Volume 4. It's the one this is the one I've had all these years. And I actually put it in a MoFi sleeve. There's that perfect, beautiful RCA label. And I always liked Elvis. I used to go watch all the films. And when you watch the films, you couldn't buy the film. You could only buy a booklet, a program they called them, at the theater, and then you could buy the soundtrack. So I do have a lot of Elvis soundtracks from that era, but here's an original inner, which I think goes to this one, but could have been mixed up. So it looks like it because it looks like some of these are early EPs. You can see the EPs there and the early soundtrack catalog. So I think this is accurate because the last one here is actually Volume 3. So this is it, and this record is still in great condition. So if you take care of your records, they'll take care of you. The next one up is another one of my early childhood, and that's this one, the James Bond 10th anniversary. Now, Bond has been around for 60 years, so this is the 10th anniversary. And this is a compilation of the first 3 movies, just well done. It's a UA, I guess it's a tan UA. There it is, a tan UA. So that's one of the earliest records I've ever bought. I have more, but I don't want to go into too much detail because I do keep, and this is the original one I bought. So there you have it. Next up is the formative years of your record buying career. And I picked out a couple that I thought actually changed my trajectory onto music. And here they are, Beatles Blue, Beatles Red. Probably bought them around the same time. This has come out, what, I guess 1970. I probably got them around 71 or so. I wasn't a big Beatle fan. I knew the Beatles. I didn't buy their records. I didn't have like an older sibling that could, turn me on to this stuff, just friends. But these are the first ones I bought of the Beatles, as far as I know. Now, these are the originals. They come in, colored sleeves, just like the reissues. But the reissue is a 3-record set, as you know. And this also came with an insert. If I have it in here, I'll show you. This also came with an insert, which was marketing. It was almost like the Colonel, but it wasn't the Colonel. It was the Apple people. And this has all the Beatle records that are available at that time. And also solo information, solo albums from the Beatles. It also has 8 tracks and singles on here. So first ones I bought, young man buying records, junior high type of thing. And then, of course, 50 years later, I've got, 300 total Beatle records, more or less, maybe more. So the next one up is pick an album that gave you some pause in your life, made you think about things, and that's a tough one because I've had different ups and downs like everybody, and I'm going to show you one that maybe epitomizes for a lot of us what people go through and what they do to remedy that or to help you get through. Like I said, we need a couch for this one. This is very psychoanalytical, so stay right there. We'll be right back. Here it is. Layla, Derek and the Dominoes original. This has a sticker on it. I think this is an original. I have multiple copies. Don't know which one I bought originally. They're all in the same condition. But, this record helps you out. This record came out, in my formative years type of thing, junior high, 72-ish. So there you have it. Layla probably helped out a lot of people in different types of relationships, and it's just a great. It's a love letter. So if that helps you out, and goosebumps, everybody. So that's this one. And again, check out Sound of the Crate, Laura's new channel. I'm going to be linking it, and thanks a lot. And don't forget to like and subscribe to all these VC channels that show us different perspectives of music. Okay, so the next one is show a record or an album or a few albums that make you go back and remember someone deceased, or living. It could be living too, but I'm going to do the deceased part's more exciting. It's more melancholy and stuff. So I'm going to do Frank, because my mom was a Bobby Soxer. She actually saw Frank with Dorsey in New York at the Paramount, I believe. So she was at that era, during the war, during the big one, World War II. That's over, 80 years ago. So Frank Sinatra. This, by the way, is a great album. This is Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra with Frank Sinatra, Jazz Tribune. I don't remember how it sounds, but I will put it on now. You can see some great artwork on here, great picture of Frankie. He was a heartthrob. He was what Elvis was. He came after Bing Crosby, who was bigger than him. This is an import, actually. This is an RCA import. It's from another country. And let me see if I could tell you what it is. I just saw it was an import from the inner sleeve. I believe this is... looks French. Made in France. Big John, check this one out. Made in France. And there again, the great artwork. It's a double. Great. It's in really good condition. Here's another one with Tommy Dorsey from Coronet Records, which was from Newark, New Jersey. Now, one that I listen to a lot and I love it. Here's the reissue. Jim Carroll, Catholic Boy. And on this is the song "People Who Died." And listen to that song. If you don't know that song, put it on YouTube, track it. People Who Died. This is from the Basketball Diaries, Jim Carroll. Don't know if Jim Carroll is still alive, but this rocks. And this is the reissue that I bought not too long ago. I have the original. This is a reissue with, outtakes on it and things like that. I think it has outtakes, or else they just made it into a double. The original is a single record, but the original is better. I like the original better than this one, but I'm not going to go into details. But I just think sonically it's better. But this is a great reissue. If you don't have it, pick it up, or pick up the original on eBay. They're not that expensive. I know they're out there. I see quite a bit of them out there. Okay, so here's the last response, last question, last probe into your psycho mind, your deep thoughts about music. And this is, I don't think the way I did it was the order that I got it from Adam. Of course, people can mix them up, but there are five questions. And this one is, name a genre or show an album that made you develop a love for a certain genre that you didn't know a lot about. Now, for me, that's hard because I was always into every type of music: bluegrass, rock and roll, punk rock, classical, jazz. I was always into it. But one record that really turned me on to country, and I was a big country fan. I knew the classic countries, the classic, not the new stuff. And then later on, we had Garth Brooks and things. But I'm talking, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson before that. But this record, Kinda Blue, which is Elvis Costello, did a whole album of classic country music, and this is Almost Blue. And I also have on here the 12-inch EP that came out at the same time. And this is a phenomenal record. This has Blues Keep On Calling, Honky Tonk Girl, My Shoes Keep Walking Back to You. And these are all the classic, artists that, you may not know about if you're not a real country guy. And I'm going to go over them in a minute, but the songs are on here. It's Elvis Costello with his original lineup, I guess: Pete Thomas, Bruce Thomas, Steve Nevey. Why Don't You Love Me Like You Used to Do, Sweet Dreams. And we just lost, what just reminded me, a little, footnote with Dolly. Dolly Parton just passed away. And of course, I just can't believe the admiration and the love that she garnered from fans for 65, 70 years of music. And if you go on eBay, her records now are selling for astronomical amounts compared to what they were a week ago before she passed away. So rest in peace. And maybe I'll do something on her. I don't have a lot of her records. I have a few. I have the trio with Linda Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris, which is a great record. If you don't have it, pick that up. But this is, and also Tonight, The Bottle Let Me Down, Brown to Blue, Good Year for the Roses, Sitting and Thinking, Color of the Blues, Honey Hush, How Much I Lied, and it's just a great sounding record. It's Elvis Costello. Here's the original from England, the original from England, and here's the one I first bought. This is the one I first bought at Harmony House, which was a record store I also worked in. I never mentioned that. It was $6.97. But the artists on here just turned me on to so many good people. I just want to name off the artists of these records that were written. Charlie Rich, L. Turner, Graham Parsons, Jay Chestnut, Hank Williams, Dee Gibson, another Parsons, and Merle Haggard. Just so many on here that when you get this, I'll just hold that up. You could actually read those names. But one of those records that changed my trajectory toward more country, I started listening to the originals. And that's what it's all about. Same with the Beatles. Bought the red, bought the blue, went back and I bought everything, whatever I could find. Bootlegs, imports. Imports for us were hard to find at that time. Now everything's relatively easy. So there you have it. It's my vinyl tag, getting to know the VC, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, which is another great song. So I hope I hope Laura gets to see this. I'm going to send it to her on a little memo thing. And of course, I'm going to subscribe to her channel. Check out the freight. Check out everyone who's done these tags. It's relatively new, I guess a few days. Like I said, I just heard about it earlier today, so I wanted to do this. Something to do. It's all about content. Getting back to the monetization aspect on YouTube. Put that content out if you're a new channel like Laura. She's a new channel. She really needs to get content up there so she can get those hours in and those subscriptions and, be a partner with YouTube. So keep rocking. See you down the road. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, like and subscribe. Ciao.